Long time no see. Welcome back to True Crime with Lena. This is the case of Eric Richins. This is about a man who tragically lost his life at a young age. His name was Eric Richins. He and his wife built a beautiful life and family together. When he died, almost everybody felt so sympathetic for this woman, his wife. Her name was Corey Richins. She even wrote a children's book about grief and how to deal with it in honor of her husband. She said that she wrote it when trying to help her sons heal from their father's tragic, unexpected death. But it would be revealed that this death was certainly not accidental, but even more terrible than anybody expected. The truth would soon be uncovered. On March 4th, 2022, Eric Richins was found dead after having a cocktail to celebrate his wife's business deal, her closing on a house. He was found in the bedroom, at the foot of their bed. A toxicology report would reveal that the cause of death was ingesting fentanyl orally. In his system, he had 5 times the dosage that would kill him. Corey told authorities that she made him a Moscow Mule and brought it to his bedroom to give to him. The prosecutors say that they are sure that she put the fentanyl in his drink before giving it to her husband. His wife also says that she accidentally fell asleep in her son's room. She woke up in the middle of the night and went to her room. Eric's skin was freezing cold. She claims that is when she started performing CPR on her husband. The medical team said that it did not look like any CPR was done because he had a lot of blood that came out of his mouth. Suspicious, right? Another thing that shows Corey's guilt is that she told the police that her phone was charging in the bedroom. But it was found by investigators that it was used a lot during the time before 911 was called. She locked and unlocked it several times, and it also showed movement. She also sent texts during this time, but erased them. Just days after Eric's death, she had a locksmith come and drill into the safe that her husband had. The safe had a large amount of cash inside. Her sister-in-law, Katie, told Corey to please leave the safe alone. Corey became furious and punched Katie in the head. So let's get into some of the history of this couple and some things that transpired between the two in recent years leading up to his death. Between 2015 and 2017, Corey has reportedly taken out 4 life insurance policies on her husband without him knowing. These policies totaled almost $2 million. Money ended up being a cause of many fights between the couple. In September of 2020, Eric found out that his wife had been stealing from him. She secretly took out a $250,000 home equity line of credit and spent every dime. She even stole $100,000 from his bank account. She spent $30,000 with his credit cards too. When confronted, Corey promised to pay him back. In October 2020, Eric went to a divorce lawyer and an estate planning lawyer. He changed his will. He made the Eric Richins Living Trust and made his sister Katie the beneficiary. He changed his $500,000 life insurance policy beneficiary to the trust instead of Corey. On January 1st, 2022, Corey changed a life insurance policy beneficiary to herself. Eric and his business partner had insurance policies naming each other as the beneficiary for $2 million. Corey changed this behind Eric's back. She didn't realize that Eric would be notified about this. Eric became concerned and quickly changed it back to his business partner. In the end of January, she filed for a new life insurance policy to be taken out on Eric. This one was for $100,000. In the same month, she contacted someone and asked if they could get her a specific pain medication for one of her investors who had some serious back pain. Hydrocodone pills were left for Corey at a house she was trying to flip, and in exchange, Corey left cash. In February 2022, Corey contacted the same person and asked for fentanyl. Investigators are aware that she contacted this acquaintance a few times in January of 2022, but could not figure out everything that was said because Corey erased all of the data from her phone from January 2nd until right after her husband died. After investigating further, authorities found out that the drug dealer who sold her the fentanyl twice was actually her housekeeper that she used for her real estate job. This woman told authorities that she sold Corey 15 to 20 fentanyl pills in exchange of $900. The dealer said that Corey bought the fentanyl between February 11th to 12th, according to court documents. We also know that she requested the Michael Jackson stuff. On Valentine's Day, 2022, Eric and his wife Corey had a dinner at their home. Soon after, he broke out in hives and told a friend that he thought his wife may be trying to kill him with poison. In February of 2022, Corey asked that same person for another $900 worth of fentanyl pills. She left the pills at the same house for her. March 3rd of 2022. This is the sad day that Corey made her husband a cocktail to celebrate a business deal. This is the day that he took his last breath. The day after, on March 4th, Corey said that she woke up and found her husband dead at the foot of their bed. She claims that she called 911 right away after finding him. After the autopsy on Eric's body was performed, it was found that he died from a fentanyl overdose. In May of 2023, Corey was arrested and charged with aggravated murder, criminal homicide, and 3 counts of possession of a controlled dangerous substance with intent to distribute. After she took her husband's life, she Googled some pretty incriminating things: luxury prisons for the rich, and how long it takes to receive life insurance money. She also looked up if police can retrieve deleted messages. She searched if police can force her to take a lie detector test, and if the cause of death on a death certificate can be changed. She was also found to be Googling about delayed payments for life insurance pending cause of death. I am sure she was freaking out because she took out 4 policies on her husband totaling $2 million. Her poor husband wasn't even aware of any of it, like I said before. Couldn't she just have divorced him? Why take away her kid's father? She sure was a special type of evil. Not only did she kill her husband, but she went to such great lengths to make people feel so sorry for her by writing a children's book about grief. She told the media she wrote it to help people like her sons who are left without a parent. It makes me angry hearing about this case because she didn't get caught right away. She was able to live freely and make money off of this book. She is the reason that her sons are living without their daddy. I feel bad when I think about how Eric knew something was wrong. He must have somehow knew what she was capable of when she changed the beneficiary of the life insurance, the will, and made the living trust without her being a part of any of it. I wish he was able to get away before it was too late. Now that I've told you about this woman and this case, please look at this video clip of her trying to promote her book on TV.
Joining us now is author of Are You With Me?, Corey Richins, to share her 3 C's to helping kids cope with grief. And Corey, I want to start with your story. What happened in your personal life?
So my husband passed away unexpectedly last year. So it's March 4th was a 1-year anniversary for us, and he was 39. It completely took us all by shock. And we have 3 little boys, 10, 9, and 6. And, you know, my kids and I kind of wrote this book on the different emotions and grieving processes that we've experienced last year, and, you know, hoping that it can kind of help other kids, you know, deal with this and kind of, you know, find happiness some way or another.
And to make sense and process, I'm
Yes.
sure. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you felt that going through and trying to explain it and articulate it for you and your boys.
Yes, exactly. And so I've done, you know, I'm new to all of this, so kind of doing all, you know, research and reading books and things to try and understand, you know, not only how to grieve as a widow, as a wife, but also, you know, with my kids, how to help them understand what just happened. And what I have kind of found is, as I mentioned, it's kind of the 3 C's is how I visualize it, and it's, you know, connection, continuity, and care. And it's, you know, making sure connection is the major one, and making sure that their spirit is always alive in your home, you know, and memories are always brought up, and doing things that your loved ones love to do, whether it's riding bikes or their favorite dinner, and just constantly, you know, talking about them.
And Corey, do you mention at dinner, here's Dad, or Dad would like this meal, or Dad
Yes.
would,
Yeah.
let's bring Dad on a bike ride?
Yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, explaining to my kid, just because he's not present here with us physically, that doesn't mean his presence isn't here with us, and he's doing these things with us, and he's, you know, here for birthdays, and he's here for Christmas, and, you know, and it's just comforting to them to know that, you know, they're not living this life alone. Like Dad is still here, it's just in a different way, a different version.
Well, I opened up your book, and one of the first pages I saw is a little boy. It looks like he's standing in a hallway at school, and he's saying, "Are you still here?"
Yes, yeah, and it's, you know, and that was like the first day of school, and, you know, all the nerves that kids face on the first day of school with new, you know, and just hoping, you know, Dad, like, walk with me, like, help me get through today, like, give me the strength to do that. And it has found, you know, it's been a lot of peace for my kids to, you know, to really remember that in the back of their head, that they're never alone, you know, so.
So you actually wrote this book with your children.
I did.
And it's only been a year. How did you process and say you go from processing death to I need to write a book and help others?
You know, I just watched the struggle that my kids were going through, and I actually, you know, I went on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and trying to find something that we could use to cope at nights. Nights are the hardest, it seems like, for everybody when, you know, dealing with anything, but I just wanted some story to read to my kids at night, and I just could not find anything. I couldn't find anything that really, you know, suited them or helped them find comfort and peace, and so, you know, I was like, let's just write one. And so, you know, I took things that my kids have said to me this last year, and we kind of articulated it and put it into a story, and, you know, just have hopes that it will help other kids.
She's a huge liar, and I hope that she thinks about what she did to her family every day. Now the poor children lost both parents, because I am sure she will be in prison for a very, very long time, hopefully forever. We will see what's to come, but I can't think of any scenario where she is innocent. So that's all I have for this case. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted. Life happens, and I just haven't had a chance to make another one, but I promise I'm gonna try harder. If anybody cares about these videos, I hope you do, but I appreciate my followers. I appreciate anybody who watches it, so I just really wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thanks for watching True Crime with Lena. Mwah!